all right. What's going on? Welcome to yet another episode of the Men Like Us podcast. I am your host, Chris, or Big Chris, as it's labeled down below. And this is our second run at it tonight, so it looks like everything's going great. It looks like everything is good. So the stream's running great. Awesome. So thanks for hopping on the stream again tonight, everyone's. Got some stuff to talk about, I feel like I really had to hop on because, some things were happening. It just kind of really hit me. And I'm just like, man, like, I feel like I got to get that message out there about it. Excuse me. So, I guess to talk about like what I've been doing lately. I saw Sinners. So hopefully you have seen Sinners. It is an amazing movie. Great music. Great acting. It's the first time that I've ever seen Michael B. Jordan act well and on par with his peers, I guess. Usually Michael B. Jordan, normally it's Michael B. Jordan as this person. Michael B. Jordan as this, like Michael B. Jordan in this movie, Michael B. Jordan in that movie. But this movie, like, it wasn't him, which was great. It was just absolutely amazing. I mean, I support the guy, but I just never thought his acting was all that strong. But in Sinners, it is fantastic. Fantastic. So we'll highly recommend you go check that out. It's a dope movie. It's special. It's got a lot to it, symbolism and all these other things, like a lot of these movies do. You got to really watch it, and kind of try and drink in everything that's happening to it. So I'm actually going to go see Sinners again tomorrow in IMAX because that was the intended format for the movie. So I don't want to miss nothing. I want to get the original experience. So, I don't know. Outside of that, that's really it. That's the craziest thing. And before I jump into the main topic of the show, I do want to address a viewer email, comment, plea for help, I guess. But wow, I just completely missed the whole intro of the show. For those of y'all that are new to this, you're just jumping in this, figuring out what the hell Men Like Us is. This is a podcast by men for men. This is for men who are trans attracted. This podcast is a home, a safe haven to, our narrative, our thoughts, our experiences, so hopefully just share some understanding and education about who trans attracted men are, what they go through, what the experience looks like. Obviously, that's different from person to person, race to race, country to country. But hopefully, you can learn a little bit more. So, and obviously, for the men who are trans attracted who are watching this, hopefully, you can learn some more as well. I mean, this show is for you. I appreciate the ladies stopping in, but man, this is for you. This really is for y'all. So, hey, what's up, Maddie? What's up, Mike? The homie Mike from Atlanta. Man, I gotta visit you out there again, my man. But yeah, I want to jump straight into a viewer comment, not comment, email, whatever, plea for help, I guess. And it was just really, it's really jarring. And I was just like, well, if he's emailing me about this, then other people are going through this, and there needs to be conversation around it, obviously. So okay, there's a lot in that. There is a lot in that. Wow. So just to start off top, and you're asking, how do you convince your girlfriend not to get SRS? Well, the short answer is you don't. So, it's kind of like invincible. That's the neat part. You don't. So you start off with that. You're not trying. The goal is not to convince anybody of anything. So, if this is an amazing woman that you love and you're with, and she wants to make this life decision for her, I mean, really, your job is to support her through it if you want to still be her man. And, if you decide that, hey, you know what? A girl who has SRS is not really compatible with me sexually, then cool. Like, it's okay to figure out that that's not for you. And I am not here to demonize you for, want whatever the fuck you want. Nobody should ever be shamed for their preferences, for what they want, for what they're sexually compatible with or what they're not sexually compatible with. So just know in this and on this podcast, I'm not bringing any shame to you. And as I talked about in the last episode with the trans dating coach Kara, they're people are just people. People are human. Everybody has different needs, different desires. Like there aren't always villains. There are just people. So I'm not here to demonize you. I think it would be wrong for anybody to demonize you. I think showing up with the expectation that or with the assumption that the goal is to change, you're like, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me? She's the one that's ruining it. Like, she is who she is, and she's going to be what she's going to be, and she needs to do this for her. It's not for you. But that doesn't mean you can't get what you want out of life. That just means you need to find somebody that's more in line with you, I guess. So I just thought I would answer this question, have this conversation, because I know this. I've heard people pose the hypothetical before, but then for somebody to actually to feel like they're in crisis going through it, to email me or to send this to me, yeah, it's really something else. So just wanted to answer that. I don't know what other conversation I can have around it. I'm not here to say you don't matter, your opinion doesn't matter. If she's willing to have a conversation with you about it, great. And feel free to be honest about your feelings about it, since she's asking you for your feelings about it. But at the end of the day, that's her body. It's her decision. There's nothing you can do or say about it. You have to make a decision for you, just as she's making a decision for her. So I know plenty of men that have stayed with their girl through it, and they're learning together how to move forward. And from what I understand, people are happy, they're fine. But I also know other people that are just like, hey, this just isn't for me. I know plenty of men that go both ways. Some guys are, hey, it doesn't matter. Other guys, hey, you know what? I've tried it before, and I'm not interested in doing it again. This just isn't for me. Not everything is for everyone, and that's okay. So sadly, you're going to have to make a decision and make that tough decision, because if this isn't the direction you want to head, you should leave sooner than later than drag this girl through turmoil and conflict, and yourself through turmoil and conflict, because it's not fair to either one of y'all. Y'all both deserve to be with the person that is for you. And if she isn't the person for you anymore, I mean, shit happens. It happens. It just happens. People break up all the time for a whole host of reasons. Definitely don't stay with her and cheat, or try and do some fuck shit like that. Like, please don't be toxic in that way. Don't try and force a square peg into the round hole. We don't need that. We don't need that. Your girl doesn't need that. She doesn't deserve that, and you don't deserve to put yourself through it. So I guess that's that's all I got for that one. So I guess moving on to the the next part of the show. I guess the next topic really is so I do TikToks. You guys should follow me. There's TikTok right there, down there. Men Like Us podcast on TikTok. From time to time, I get the urge to share a thought, and a lot of times I want to talk to the men on TikTok, because I want to reach men wherever they are, whether they're on TikTok, YouTube, wherever. I think men should have programming out there. Somebody should be speaking to them and their experience, because it can really be lonely. It can be lonely. Being trans attracted, sometimes it can be isolating because you don't have anybody to talk to. You don't feel like anybody understands you or your experience. So, like, I get all of that. Um, so yeah, TikTok, I put some stuff out here and there. I think it's great content. But they're, just riffing, just thoughts, random thoughts and stuff. But I just felt like the men needed a little bit of self accountability. And I'm just gonna play the video for you guys so you can just see the video that I put up. The latest video I did, it did better than some of the other videos I did. But yeah, well, just take a look. Just take a look. To all my trans attracted brothers who are open, living in their truth, our path is a difficult one. We have not chosen to live life on easy mode, and by extension, our dating lives are going to be a bit more difficult. Now, ladies, before you come and get me, I understand this is rough on y'all side too. I know the men is all over the place, so I'm addressing the men right now, okay? Now back to the men. I know y'all are looking for real relationships, connection, love, something long lasting, and that's great. But there will be frustrations in this journey, and I don't like seeing men direct their frustrations towards the trans community, not towards the women. Like, really focus on yourself. Figure out what you got to change up. What can you do differently to get different outcomes for you? So this is just a message to really encourage men to look at themselves and see, what can I do? Because you have all the power. It's all you. Yeah. So that's the TikTok I put out. And, I want to really just start with the men, just expounding on that just a little bit before I get to the part that really made me bring this on the show. But, Dave, being trans attracted and making the conscious decision that I am going to seek out relationship within the trans community is you're choosing to play on hard mode. You're not playing on easy mode at all. Okay. There's less women around. There's less. You're dealing with a lot of extra hangups surrounding how different people transition. There's a whole new slate of sexual compatibility issues there, just like what we talked about with the last thing. Either way, there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. You still have to deal with your family. You got to deal with her family, her friends. You got to deal with a lot of things, and everybody's thoughts and opinions around you being attracted to trans women, and how she sits in the relationship, and how the family sees her, and all these other things. It's just a lot, and I have to be honest. I mean, it would be life would be a lot easier if, at least for me, life would be a lot easier if I preferred cis women over trans women. Yeah, I mean, I love women. I love the female form. In all ways, I love women, period. But I prefer to seek out relationships with trans women. But if I were seeking out relationships with just cis women, I mean, the pool is so much wider. The dynamics are different. The dynamics related to transphobia, DLness, and the experiences that the tarnishment that experience might have put on the girls, like, that's all gone naturally when you're dating cis women. So it is, just know that, like, you didn't choose the easiest way to find love. You didn't choose the easiest route to it. I think it's the most fulfilling route, but it's not the easiest. So I just have to acknowledge that. I'm not saying that trans attracted men are the most oppressed population on the planet and we have it the hardest. I ain't doing that. All right, that's not what I'm saying. Please do not misconstrue what I'm putting out there. All right, it's just the acknowledgement that shit's different. It's different, and there's a lot more factors and a lot of things to consider. So, I mean, I think it's still possible. And I think finding love is a reality for so many people, for so many trans women who like men and men who like trans. It's still a reality. It's not like it will never happen. but it's going to be a little bit harder. So I just had to acknowledge that one right off top. But I don't like seeing men specifically sit in negative spaces where they're like, man, these girls, they all do this and da, 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 and then they only like those kinds of guys or this, and this. Like, yo, dude, if you don't like the results you're getting in your dating life, the only person that can change that is you. Whether for whatever reason, if you like girls that like men with money, well, you're gonna have to figure out a way to get some more money, dude. If you like girls that like guys who are skinnier, and I'm a big dude, so I ain't in that department. But if you like girls that skinnier, it may hit the gym, start dieting. If the girls that you like men that dress better, start dressing better. Start taking care of yourself better. Like, do whatever it is that you need to do it. But only you can do that. Only you can make that change, basically. So, I mean, it is, men, you do have the power. You do have the power to change your outcome. And sitting around and getting all red pill and incel-y is not the answer. Please, it is not the answer. No, I do not want to see y'all waste your lives being frustrated at women because they don't like you for this reason or they're not doing this or whatever. Dude, take a look at yourself. Take a hard look at yourself. Be honest and really just figure out, what can I do better? And if you don't know, ask somebody. I tell you this much, women have no problem being honest with your ass. They'll tell you, well, I mean, shit, you get more women if you did this. Or women might consider you if you didn't sleep with all the girls. Or, I ain't going to go into all the stuff, but there's a lot of reasons, a lot of things that have to do with how you move, how you show up. If you're giving client energy, well, then they're going to treat you like a client. I'm not saying all the girls are into sex work, but if you like certain kinds of girls that end up being in that certain kind of world, guess what you can't do? Show up like the clients do. You got to bring a different risk to the situation. Like, it's all on you. Just don't sit there and be negative, being a cloud of negativity and be hateful. Because I've seen that hate like fester and turn men into trans hating monsters. Where they be like, man, these girls, they deserve to get killed. The stuff they do, this, and this. Like, it gets fucking crazy at how nasty and hateful men could be when they let that negativity just fester. So don't let that sit there. Don't sit in that. Like, really get away from that and just try and stay positive and just be the best you that you can be. I promise you, somebody's going to recognize how dope you are at some point. And if the people that you're around don't recognize that, then get around some other people. Figure out different ways to get around different crowds. The trans community is not a monolith. Some girls go for some things, some girls go for other things. And that's perfectly okay. Different strokes for different folks, right? It's cool. So, it's all really on you. All on you guys. You have the power. And you gotta exercise that power to make change for you. So I know things aren't easy and it's not gonna happen overnight, but work at it. Work at it. Put some work in. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I promise you will be in a better place if you're willing to work. So, that was a lot. So that's the video. The video did better than a lot of my other videos on TikTok. And whenever any of my content does great and starts finding new pockets of the trans community to, interact with, it's always a problem. I'll just say that much because I always get I'm just be real. Then I get all these other girls coming in, and that's when I have people on my platform trying to deliberate and debate whether trans attraction is valid and should somebody really have a podcast for this? Should there be a channel dedicated to just trans attraction? Like, all that silly shit. And it's like, I'm not going to debate whether trans attraction is valid with anybody. I'm not interested in any of that shit. I don't know nobody on the internet. If you're listening to this now, I will not debate you on the merits of trans attraction. I am what I am. I like what I like, and I am valid. And that's it. That's it. Plain and simple. So I'm not interested in going back and forth for people. And I'm sorry, my platform is my platform. Nobody has the right to bring hate on my platform. You will be blocked. Your comments will be deleted. I have no tolerance for it at all. And the sad part about that was, I got guys that follow me on TikTok and they jump in the comments and they engage with a lot of the girls in the comments. And normally it's peaceful. Everybody's mostly supportive. But when you get the girls that's about the BS that jump in there, they start throwing hate. They start throwing a lot of animosity around it. Men are the problem and this is this and this. That message I just had was very positive. And I put a lot of the onus on men. But people still took the opportunity to be hateful. And it just sucks to see well-intentioned men get hate and negativity thrown their way. And I had a conversation with one of my followers in the DMs about this. He was just like, bro, like, how do you do it? Like, how do you weather the storm? How do you, like, I'm not used to receiving this level of animosity and hate and negativity just for being me. And I didn't expect that from trans women. I expected some level of acceptance, empathy, understanding, or just overall like camaraderie. And to be met by hate and to be called names and to be attacked, how do you do it? And that kind of hurt my heart because he was just kind of dumbfounded, and I'm just like, man, how do you do it? Like, he's sitting here figuring out, how do I deal with hate from this side of the equation? And it's just like, it's sad that men have to go through that. I hate to see people, feel, I don't even know, just generally not accepted, feel not valid in who and what they are. That's just terrible. And obviously trans women understand that, and which is what makes it just so much more mind-boggling that so many people default to that. But those be the breaks, I guess. But for anybody wondering what my solution for that is, I mean, frankly, I just understand. I love and I support the trans community as a whole. Do I have to agree with every individual inside of the trans community? Absolutely not. Do I have to like every individual inside the community? Absolutely not. There are some crazy motherfuckers in this trans community. There are some crazy women, like crazy, who need like serious mental health help. So when the crazies show up, I just acknowledge that, okay, well, she's crazy. Like, I'm not going to call. She's obviously struggling with some stuff, because who the hell gets mad at somebody for liking what they are? Like, that's crazy as hell. Like, you're being, yeah. There are girls that are mad at men who like trans women. Like, that angers them, which logically doesn't make any sense. But, just some people crazy. Some people are crazy. And really, their reaction has a lot to do with what the fuck is happening inside of them. You ain't done nothing. I'm not saying everybody I'm not saying that everybody is innocent and all men are innocent. That is not the case. I know that the experiences that trans women and cis women really go through, like the experiences that men put women through, is real. And I'm not here to invalidate any of that at all. It's not what I'm doing here. Oh, sorry, it's TV. But I am also here to really validate the experience of the men who are just being like just attacked, and they're just like, what the hell? I didn't do anything. And you didn't. It's not you. A lot of times it's really just them. And furthermore, they're not attacking you because you're the guy that hurt them, or because you actually did something to them. They're attacking you because you're there. That's another not downside, but that's another side to this. Like, being present, showing up, stepping up, being in certain spaces, you will catch a stray. And not because that person really hates you or has something against you, but they want to take that shit. They've been hurt and they want to take it out on somebody, and you're here. Guess who's the target? That guy that hurt that girl? He's not around. He's not showing up in certain spaces. He's not available to be hurt by her. So she's gonna take whoever's around, who can get it, who's around, because I'm about to give it to him. I'm about to make this man feel hurt because I felt hurt by men. So, when you understand it's really not about you, it's a lot easier to just let it go and just let that person be where they're at. You cannot convince them to see things your way or see things in a clear-headed manner. Like, you just got to let it go. You got to move on. So, it's just that. So I just really had to get that out because I really felt bad for this guy because he was just looking about like, man, how do I, like, how do you do it? How do you get through being hated on and getting negativity when you didn't do anything? And these people that you don't even know. So, I'm sorry. Hold on a sec. Oh, yeah. All right, Robert. What up, Rob? Brother Robert. Been a minute, man. Been a minute. Former guest of the show. Brother Robert says, can we talk about the ones who hate on the men because they like the girls? Who? Okay, so yeah, that's a thing. And I have to be honest, that's something I suss out very early on, because I'll just say this. I've been in spaces where girls were very aggressive, antagonistic of me. And then and the conversation is about relationships, trans attraction, and everybody sharing ideas. And there's somebody coming in hot. They just like, no, it's the men, and y'all just this and that. Very aggressive. And I mean, a lot of times them girls don't even. Not a lot of times, but I've found in some of those situations, those girls don't even like men. They date girls, which means they were just in the conversation to sow chaos. They weren't even there to like engage in a conversation that was really relevant to them because that's not their experience. They don't date men. So, I have to be, yeah, Robert, that's a real thing. That is a real thing. And you do have to watch out for people who shouldn't be in the conversation because they will sow negativity and chaos and just, they're not there to help people get along and to bring men and women together. They're there to sow discord. And it's another reason why I don't do panel discussions, group conversations about trans attraction and women with gay men involved. Because in my mind, gay men don't have a seat at the table in this conversation about men and women dating. You can go talk about men and men dating all day. I have no place there. I don't know shit about that. I shouldn't even be talking about that. I should just sit there and listen. If I'm there, just sit there and listen and learn. But that's not my space. So but I have come across some I'm losing my words here. I'm sorry. Disingenuous individuals who they're not having conversations and they're having conversations in bad faith, intentionally. So, yeah. But yeah, thanks for bringing that point up, my man. Appreciate you being on the stream, big dog. Appreciate that. So let's see what other comments we got here. What's up, Cynthia? What's good? What's cracking? What is cracking? And the evilest bubble he will ever I'm sorry, you will ever blow. You're doing the Lord's work right now. Thank you so much for supporting Amazing Men. Hey, appreciate the positive feedback, my friend. Appreciate the positive feedback. So, but yeah, this is going to be a quick stream. I don't really have too much conversation beyond this. I just really wanted to speak to or provide conversation for men who are just like, yo, how am I'm getting all this negativity. How do I weather the storm? What do I do? And it's just a lot easier to weather the storm or to just brush it off and just keep on moving and not really take it personally when you know it's not about you. It's not about you. People, they're going to attack you in the comments. They're going to troll you. They're going to do all these things. It's really not about you. You don't know this person. You ain't never said nothing to them. So it's cool. It happens. And all of this applies to in-person stuff as well. Well, you get called a chaser by somebody you don't even know. Like, yeah, they got issues, and that's okay. Like, everybody got issues. You just keep moving. You're not going to solve their issues. They're not going to see the light. It's just not going to happen. So, just got to let it go, man. But yeah, please follow the Men Like Us podcast on all platforms. YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, follow on Facebook, follow us on the audio podcasting platforms like what was that, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, Spotify. We're everywhere. I'm gonna be on just doing these quick hit and runs, and maybe I'll pop up with another interview. We'll see what's cracking. So until next time, I'm gonna see y'all later. I know.